this exclusive interview. Dale.
Amanda, Antonio Macon says Jamal Paris has been his friend since the two were 14. He says he watched the happy-go-lucky young boy become close with Bishop Eddie Long and then become distant from his friends. And he didn't understand why until he got a phone call while away at war.
But now, he don't know what to do. He just lost right now. That's all it is.
Antonio Macon has known Jamal Paris since the two were 14, and he believes what Paris says about Bishop Eddie Long. You believe he has hurt Jamal?
Yeah, I sincerely believe that.
Jamal Paris is one of the three men who have filed lawsuits accusing New Birth Missionary Baptist Church Bishop Eddie Long of using his power as a preacher to sexually seduce them. Bishop Long has denied the allegations. The young men who filed the lawsuits aren't talking, but we tracked down specialist Antonio Macon, who calls himself Jamal Paris's best friend and big brother. And he believes Jamal is telling the truth. Antonio Macon says he saw Bishop Long lavish jewelry, gifts, cars, and money on Jamal and Jamal's mother. This is a similar claim Jamal Paris made in his lawsuit.
He's like so brainwashed that he don't know who to trust.
He says he was in Afghanistan with the 48th Brigade 2 years ago when Jamal called him, crying, telling him for the first time his story of the sexual relationship with the bishop. He believes Jamal would be too embarrassed to admit to such a relationship if it weren't true.
Nobody's gonna lie unless they're a complete idiot, and Jamal is definitely not a complete idiot.
Right. Macon says this past April, Jamal left Atlanta and went into hiding, but not before writing a letter about his alleged relationship with Bishop Long on his Facebook page. Though the bishop is not named, Antonio says Jamal wrote that he lost his joy, peace, and innocence. And he wrote of the bishop, "You are not human. You are a monster."
He should be prosecuted. I don't even think that he should be given a chance to do anything. No church, no preaching, anything.
What do you think of those pictures?
Why would you be posing in the bathroom for males?
As for those controversial pictures, Bishop Long is alleged to have sent to some of the young men. Antonio says the pictures tell the whole story.
Grown men, you sending pictures of yourself flexing and posing in spandex for grown men. It doesn't make any sense.
Now, Bishop Eddie Long has issued a statement calling the allegations false and saying they hurt him deeply. He says his faith is strong and that the truth will emerge. Russ, Amanda?
So what does come next in all this?
I think at some point we're going to start seeing the court action coming. We're hearing now a little bit from both sides, but at some point it's all going to come down to what the courts believe, and either a jury at the final day or if there's a settlement before that. We're going to start that process probably soon.
All right, Dale, thank you.
Well, Bishop Long's attorney says the popular preacher is anxious to publicly address his supporters, but says the bishop won't be talking until Sunday.
That's when Bishop Eddie Long is expected to address members of New Birth Missionary Baptist Church. And Fox 5's Portia Bruner has more now on this part of the developing story.
That's right. Well, after canceling his appearances on 2 morning radio shows, Bishop Long issued a written statement. Then, just around 4:30 this afternoon, a tweet from the preacher. In it, he says, quote, "Thanks for all your prayers and support. Love you all." These photos surfaced Wednesday, just hours after a third young man filed a civil suit in DeKalb County, alleging Bishop Eddie Long enticed and coerced him into an inappropriate sexual relationship. Sources tell Fox 5 the pictures were sent to at least one of the plaintiffs in 3 civil lawsuits. While there's been no comment from the bishop about the photos, he did issue a statement about the allegations of sexual misconduct. His attorney, Craig Gillen, read it on B103's Frank and Wanda Morning Show and on the nationally syndicated Tom Joyner Morning Show.
I have devoted my life to helping others, and these false allegations hurt me deeply. But my faith is strong, and the truth will emerge.
Gillen says the young men are attacking the bishop and the 25,000 members who belong to the Lithonia Church, known across the country. He suggested they're driven only by the pursuit of money and mentioned the charges against plaintiff Maurice Robinson, who admits he stole jewelry and other items from the church during a June 19th burglary.
What are the motives of the attacks?
Yes.
Well, let me put it this way. What's the motive of somebody putting a ski mask over his face and breaking into your office to steal things? Money.
Robinson's attorney, B.J. Bernstein, says her client was just acting out of rage and confusion after learning the bishop allegedly had relationships with other young men from the church's Longfellows Academy. The preacher's attorney says Bishop Long is anxious to personally refute all of the allegations levied against him. Now, the attorney says Bishop Long will personally address these allegations during the 11 a.m. service this Sunday at New Birth Missionary Baptist Church. Certainly can expect a lot of people will be there.
Now, we heard the attorney for Bishop Long address some of the allegations in the lawsuits. Did he say anything at all, though, about the allegations that some of these sexual misconduct, things that happened were either in this country somewhere on these trips or overseas?
Or abroad? Yes, he did mention some of that. He actually said that part of being a Longfellows member, that youth academy at New Birth Missionary Baptist Church, is getting to go on extravagant trips here across the country, abroad, getting to meet interesting political figures, entertainers, and the like. He says that the three plaintiffs are not the only people who have been on these types of trips, and that this is really the plaintiffs' attempts to try to distort what happens as a part of being a Longfellows member. He says a lot of students get to go on these trips and that they're just taking this out of context to benefit their lawsuit.
Certainly a lot of information coming out now that these lawsuits have been filed.
Yes, indeed.
Thanks. Well, we do have much more information for you about this case on our website. And if you'd like to read the lawsuits filed against Eddie Long or watch the entire news conference from the attorney representing the plaintiffs, just go to our website. It's all right there, myfoxatlanta.com. You can also leave your comments on the case. And we do have some breaking news right now to tell you about in DeKalb County.
That's where a child has been shot, and Fox 5's Tom Haynes is at the live desk with the tips. Tom?